Good morning everyone, it's Libby from Maighstir's Guidance. I'd like to welcome you all here today, and I'd like to welcome your guides and my guides. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, and I'll just start with our little protective message for this reading today. Welcome to my spirit guides and all who come with him. Protect us with your light and guide us with your messages. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, just feeling absolutely warm and fuzzy. Okay, for those that are new, I draw a card from my Namaste deck. There's 42 cards in the deck. I shuffle and I pre-draw all the cards that are required for this reading today, so that you're not sitting there watching me shuffle. So the card that Maighstir and Ngariin have given me today it's a new card. After so many repeat readings, it's very interesting to have a new card as we're moving into new energies. So this is the card, and the reading for us today that we will expand on is: rich and rewarding experiences bring you increased spiritual awareness at this time. Good fortune flows to you as your third eye opens. You are inspired, feeling totally at peace. Life is a beautiful tapestry woven in threads of love. So if you wanted to pause and read it for yourself. But when I read this, the first immediate thought I had: rich and reward experiences bring you increased spiritual awareness at this time. This card is talking about being open to serendipity, open to opportunity, even though it may come out of left field. Just be acknowledge, and it's asking you to recognize these particular moments. Rich and rewarding experiences might be completely unexpected, but grasp with both hands and acknowledge, be grateful, even if it's something that appears potentially not what you want at this time. This is the best path for you and what the universe has in mind for you to follow for the best outcome for yourself. Good fortune flows to you as your third eye opens. This is about accepting seeing with a different eye what is being offered to you, and accepting and being grateful and grasping it with both hands and with excitement. You are inspired, feeling totally at peace. A few things that have happened recently, I think I've mentioned them in previous weeks, that were serendipitous is I bought the newspaper that I never do, the local newspaper, and it had in it just that particular day a death notice for someone that my husband knew in his youth. It was the father of his best friend through primary and high school. That if for whatever reason the universe had me buy that paper that particular day, we would never have seen and never had the opportunity to go along and reconnect with this particular gentleman in a loving manner, because a lot of people at the funeral were spouting the typical "oh, we're sorry for your loss," which really grates on my nerves, and my husband and I, we were one of the last people to go, because this old school friend and his family really wanted to connect and really loved, I felt, having us there, because we weren't focusing on the loss. We were focusing on what life is doing for them now, and what future is coming for them and their children, and looking at it through excited eyes. And there were numerous other serendipitous moments happening over the last few weeks that when you recognise them for what they are and see that they were meant to be, it is just a beautiful sensation of the universe being at work for the betterment of your future path and for those that you're associated with, and to be able to bring love out into the world. So be aware. Be aware. Rich and rewarding experiences bring you increased spiritual awareness, and acknowledge that it is the universe putting these experiences in your path. Okay, I'll bring you down so we can have a look at the other cards. I draw 3 from each deck. These are my Australian Wildflower Oracle cards, my Nature's Whispers Oracle cards, and my Cosmic Guidance Oracle cards. So I'll just put those aside and we'll have a quick look to see, first of all, what message Spirit has for us to clarify this blessing of today. So the first card, 3 cards he's given us, is protection. Increased spiritual awareness. Good fortune flows to you as your third eye opens. You are inspired and totally at peace. Has a bit of a double meaning about this, but by being open to what your spirit guides are bringing to you, you will find protection is around you at all times. Life is a beautiful tapestry woven in threads of love. And this is the tapestry of protection that is around you at all times. But it is also just a little reminder just to make sure that you do have your protection around you. Development. This is about opening that third eye, about acknowledging, about seeing these opportunities that are put in your path, about being aware. And it is about a development. It doesn't necessarily come easy to start with. Can be a few teeth gnashing moments, but there can also be, oh, I didn't expect that. And it is all about being aware and opening your third eye that these are experiences or opportunities or connections, relationships, whatever they are that are coming your way on behalf of the universe. And then we have Pink Heath Direction. I don't know whether that I've had this card or this card before. I think I've had the 5 corners, but I don't know that I've drawn this. Pink Heath Direction. These are Australian wildflowers, and Australia has the most glorious wildflowers when we do actually get some rain. But this is about direction. This is about the tapestry woven in threads of love, and your opening of increasing your spiritual awareness. Good fortune flows as your third eye opens. And this is about recognizing the direction that these opportunities are guiding you in, and embracing them and taking hold and owning them. Okay, under protection we have be spontaneous. Know that you are protected and be spontaneous. Grasp these opportunities. Allow the good fortune to flow. Be inspired while you are totally at peace with yourself. Don't shy away from them. Be spontaneous and take hold and follow where they are leading you. Under development we have love matters. And it's love for self. This is not narcissism, but this is about accepting yourself for who you are, that what has gone on in your past makes you who you are today. And if you take any of that past away, then you are not the same person. It's actually quite interesting. I was watching the other day season 2 of The Orville, if you haven't seen it, and if you're a Star Trek fan, you'll absolutely love it. But this actually did come forward in a particular episode. I can't remember what episode. It might have been episode 11 of series 2. It's the one where they find a time capsule that has a cell phone that has the life of a woman from 300 years previously, and one of the crew forms a hologram of that particular woman because they get on so well, but he then deleted her ex-boyfriend from it, and then she became someone completely different. And he realized then that destiny is destiny, your path is your path, and you are who you are because of what you have been through. And he realized then that the person that she became after he deleted the ex-boyfriend from the holographic experience was not the person that he fell in love with. So this is very much about love matters. Love yourself first. and love your guides and be at peace. You are inspired and feeling totally at peace. Once you find that self-acceptance, and I'm drawn to this dove of peace here, that once you have that self-acceptance of you are who you are, foibles and all, that is when you can find peace and self-love. Under direction, we have inner truths. So this is part of the direction. This is finding your path. So once you have acknowledged the messages of the universe that are coming towards you in serendipitous manners, and you love yourself and you are accepting and being at peace, so you have these rich and rewarding experiences, grab hold of them with both hands. Be at peace with yourself, be inspired as your third eye opens. And this is the third eye opening, the beautiful tapestry woven in threads of love. And this is you seeking your direction, seeking your inner truth, seeking of who you truly are, and being truthful to yourself, being honest with yourself. And then under, what have we got? Protection and be spontaneous. Growth, overcoming limitations. So it is by grasping with both hands and acknowledging, feeling awe and excitement at rich and rewarding experiences, bringing you increased spiritual awareness. By grasping that and being spontaneous and going with it, going with the flow, you will find growth, overcoming limitations. You will find yourself limitless through growth. Under development and love matters, we have lessons. This has been coming up a few times for us. This is about learning the lesson that the universe is trying to send to us through this spiritual awareness. Good fortune will flow to you as your third eye opens. So every experience we go through is a lesson that we need to learn. Part of a lesson that we need to learn. People come and go from our lives as they bring lessons for us, and we bring lessons for them. And I found it quite interesting. I was watching Denise from Spiritual Growth Tarot earlier yesterday, and she was reading on an adjusted chart for the previous President of the United States. And what sprang up to her was that he has been, that the universe has been giving the lesson that he needs to learn in this life over several lifetimes, but he is not learning that lesson. So therefore he is destined to repeat it, and he has come back again and again with the same lesson needing to be learnt. And this is about the lessons, wisdom through mistakes. If you make the mistakes and you learn the lesson, then you can move on to greater being. Under direction and inner truths, we have head, logic, and evaluation. So this is about not just being in your heart, this is being in your head as well. About loving yourself and being logic and evaluating what is coming into your life, what has come into your life. Being logic about where you have been, logical about where you have been, and how that experience that you may have gone through has brought you to the place where you are now. Once you discover these inner truths, make sure you are protected, but follow the direction of these inner truths. Follow them right to their core, and you will and then logically assess the reason why this lesson was given to you. Accept it in your heart, but if you logically assess it, you will find that there is a plan formulating for you. And if you hadn't been through and learnt these lessons, you hadn't experienced this growth and learnt these lessons, then you would not be in the person you are today, here with me today, and experiencing the life that you are currently leading. And at some level, we do need to evaluate the path that we followed and where it took us. But we need to evaluate sometimes to just see what the lesson was, because sometimes we don't follow the lesson and it will be repeated to us. So we need to follow this path, this direction of our lives to our inner truth, and then in some form analyze it logically, not just emotionally, but logically, because it explains a lot about who we are and why we are here and what lesson we need to learn, and then we can decide whether we have learnt that lesson or whether we are destined to repeat it, and then we can decide when that lesson comes to us again, what path we will take, or just the fact that you have logically analysed it, and if you realise you've taken the wrong path, then you have learnt the lesson. Whoo-wee! Okay, rich and rewarding experiences bring you increased spiritual awareness at this time. Be open your third eye to the wonder that surrounds you and the opportunities that come your way. Good fortune flows to you as your third eye opens. Now that's not necessarily meaning financial good fortune, but when you are open to the universe, opportunities are presented to you that you may not recognize if you are closed, and so therefore whether it's a job, a relationship, being at one with nature, getting in touch with your spirituality, increasing your vibration, the good fortune will flow to you on all these levels. You are inspired and feeling totally at peace. Life is a beautiful tapestry woven in the threads of love. Love for yourself, not narcissistic love. This is love and acceptance for yourself. And once you accept and you acknowledge the lessons, then you will find peace, and you will also find that your third eye becomes wide open to what is being offered to you, and it is beautiful. Okay, we'll finish up with a couple of cards from Work Your Light Oracle, just as a message to leave with today. So just 3 cards, please, Maighstir. 3 cards. Just to finish today. That one does not want to go back in, so obviously that is our first card. And it is exciting. It's very much about the message today. The initiation. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Now this reminds me very strongly of this card. Finding your inner truth and finding your path towards the light. Crossing the threshold into the light. Being open and crossing that threshold. Lemuria. Creating heaven on earth. It is happening. As more and more people find their spirituality, as they find their inner peace, as they find this beautiful tapestry of love, and the good fortune flows, and you share it with your friends and your family, and whom you don't need to be fully open if you're not comfortable, but just by leading by example of this spiritual awareness and enthusiasm for opportunities, and this being at peace, and just being a person of calm and collective diplomacy and love, then this heaven on earth, one soul at a time, is being created. Inner temple, devotion. Tune in to the portal of your heart. Open your third eye and tune in to the portal of your heart. It's all about love, self-love, love for others, love for the universe, acceptance of yourself, acceptance of others for who they are, even though we might grit our teeth and mutter at them, because they are a conglomeration of their past. And when I say past, I do not mean just this life. This is the conglomeration of all their pasts and the lessons that they need to learn that they may not have learnt yet. So be the example, be the peace, and be the love. So thank you for joining me today. That was fabulous. Love to you all. Take care, and I shall see you next time. Bye-bye.